Hello, I'm Logic Bunny, and come with me down the rabbit hole of knowledge.
Ever wondered why the ocean seems to be wearing a plastic coat? Or why your favorite park sometimes looks like a discarded toy factory? Let's dive into the logic of plastic. It's everywhere, isn't it? From the bottles we drink from to the wrappers around our snacks, plastic has become an almost invisible part of our lives. But what if this seemingly harmless material is actually a bit of a sneaky character? Is plastic really the villain? Or is it more like a tool that we're not using quite right? Think of it like this. Fire can cook your food and keep you warm, but it can also burn your house down. The problem isn't the fire itself, but how we handle it. So, is it the same with plastic? Can we learn to handle it better? Prepare to have your mind blown? We're about to embark on a journey. We'll uncover the secrets of this material. We'll learn about its superpowers and its weaknesses. And most importantly, we'll discover simple, everyday things we can all do to help our planet breathe a little easier. We'll explore the science and then explore the solutions. What if we tried to understand plastic, not just dismiss it? The answer might surprise you. Stay curious. Ever wondered why plastic went from being a superhero to a supervillain? Let's dive into the logic of its secret identity. Plastic wasn't always seen as the bad guy. Back in the day, it was hailed as a miracle material, durable, affordable, and seemingly limitless. It promised to make life easier and more convenient, and it did for a while. But here's the twist. Those very qualities that made it so appealing also led to its overuse. Prepare to have your mind blown by the myth of biodegradable plastics. Sounds good, right? But the reality is a bit more complicated. These plastics are designed to break down, but only under specific conditions, like the intense heat and special microbes found in industrial composting facilities. Landfills, not so much. What if we tried to visualize the scale of the problem? The Great Pacific Garbage Patch. Imagine a floating island of trash, twice the size of Texas. That's a mind-blowing amount of waste swirling in our oceans. Beware. Wishcycling is a term you need to know. It's when we toss things into the recycling bin hoping they'll be recycled, even if we're not sure. But here's the truth. This can actually contaminate the whole recycling process, making the problem worse. Ignoring the plastic problem isn't just about messy beaches. It's about turtles tangled in plastic rings, seabirds with stomachs full of plastic, and microplastics showing up in our food. It's about the future of our planet and our health. What kind of world do we want to create? Stay curious. Ever wondered about the real journey of a plastic bottle? Let's dive into the logic of its life cycle. It's a story that starts with an oil well and can end in an ocean grave. But here's the good news. We can break that cycle. Prepare to have your mind blown by the true cost of plastic. It's not just the price tag. We need to consider the environmental damage from drilling for oil, the pollution from factories making the plastic, and the overflowing landfills and contaminated oceans where it ends up. Why is it so hard to ditch plastic? Dopamine might be partly to blame. That instant gratification we get from the convenience of single-use plastics can override our good intentions. The trick: set small, achievable goals. One less plastic bottle a day can make a difference. The mental factor that trips us up. Cognitive dissonance. It's that uncomfortable feeling when we know plastic is bad, but we keep using it. How do we fix this? By taking action. Every small step counts. What if we tried to look at things differently? Imagine a parent understanding their child's no to a plastic toy. It's about mindful consumption. It's about finding joy in experiences and alternatives, not just plastic things. The story of the albatross reveals a harsh truth. These birds are feeding plastic to their chicks, showing us how connected we all are. Our actions have ripple effects. What if we chose to create positive ripples? Stay curious. Ever wondered what's lurking in your water glass? Let's dive into the logic of microplastics. They're tiny pieces of plastic, so small you can barely see them. But don't let their size fool you. They're a big problem. Prepare to have your mind blown by where these microplastics come from. They're essentially the broken down bits of larger plastics, and they're everywhere. Tap water, seafood, even beer. What if we tried a simple experiment to see for ourselves? You can actually detect microplastics in your local water. Remember to be safe, wear gloves, and filter your samples carefully. The impact of microplastics on our health is still being studied, but the potential risks are concerning. Endocrine disruption, inflammation. These are things we want to avoid. Reducing our exposure is key. Fatal mistake. Thinking bottled water is the answer. Bottled water can also contain microplastics and contributes to the plastic waste problem. It's not a quick fix. How has society distorted the image of the eco-conscious consumer? Greenwashing is a real issue. Companies try to make their products look environmentally friendly when they're not. Critical thinking is our superpower. What if we chose to see through the marketing and make informed choices? Stay curious. Ever wondered how to break free from plastic? Let's dive into the logic of a plastic detox. It's about making simple swaps for a healthier planet and a healthier you. Prepare to have your mind blown by the power of the 3 Rs. Reduce, reuse, recycle. Reduce means using less plastic in the first place. Reuse means finding new ways to use what you already have. Recycle means properly sorting your waste so it can be turned into something new. DIY solutions can be surprisingly easy. Making your own cleaning products and personal care items reduces plastic packaging. Simple recipes can make a big difference. What if we tried a symbolic exercise? Conduct a plastic audit of your household waste for a week. This will help you see where you're using the most plastic and where you can cut back. Why is it important to replicate experiments? To test the effectiveness of eco-friendly products. Don't just believe the claims. See for yourself. The mental factor that can sabotage your efforts. Feeling overwhelmed. The problem seems so big, it's hard to know where to start. But remember this, small changes add up over time. Every little bit helps. What if we all committed to just one small change today? Stay curious. Ever wondered what the future holds for plastic and our planet? Let's dive into the logic of what comes next. It's about looking beyond recycling and exploring innovative solutions. Prepare to have your mind blown by the possibilities. Bioplastics, chemical recycling, and waste-to-energy technologies are all being explored, but they all have their limitations. The role of policy and advocacy is crucial, supporting legislation that promotes plastic reduction and holds companies accountable is essential. What if we tried to explore alternative materials? DIY papermaking, composting, and upcycling projects can be fun and educational. Beware of oversimplification. There's no single magic bullet solution to the plastic problem. We need a multifaceted approach, a metaphor from empirical sciences and world phenomena. The butterfly effect. A butterfly flaps its wings in Brazil, and a tornado occurs in Texas. Even small actions can have a ripple effect and contribute to a positive change on a global scale. What if we all chose to be butterflies flapping our wings for a better future? Stay curious. So, we've journeyed through the world of plastic, haven't we? We've seen the problem, the impact on our planet and our health, and we've explored some simple solutions. Now it's time to put that knowledge into action. Prepare to have your mind blown by the power of small steps. Every single action counts. Every reusable bag, every skipped plastic straw, every DIY cleaning product. It all adds up. What if we all made a pledge, a specific, achievable pledge to reduce our plastic consumption? I will bring my own reusable water bottle for a week. I will avoid buying products packaged in single-use plastic. What will your pledge be? Let's dive into the logic of collective action. One person making a change is good, but millions of people making small changes. That's a revolution. Let's not just worrying about the future. Let's build it. One less piece of plastic at a time. The power is in our hands. What kind of world will we create? Stay curious.